What motivates you to learn English?
I want to expand my career opportunities and connect with people from different cultures.
How often do you practice speaking English?
I try to practice speaking at least a few times a week, whether through conversation partners or speaking with friends.
What resources do you use to learn new vocabulary?
I use apps like Anki and Duolingo, along with reading books and articles in English.
How do you measure your progress in English?
I track my progress by setting specific goals and taking periodic language tests to see improvements.
What skills do you find most challenging?
I find listening comprehension the most challenging, especially with different accents.
What types of books do you enjoy reading in English?
I enjoy reading fiction, particularly mysteries and thrillers.
How do you choose reading materials for improving your English?
I look for books that are slightly above my current level to challenge myself without feeling overwhelmed.
Do you prefer fiction or nonfiction?
I prefer fiction because it allows me to explore different worlds and perspectives.
How often do you read articles or blogs in English?
I read articles daily, usually related to my interests or current events.
What strategies do you use to understand difficult texts?
I read slowly, underline unfamiliar words, and look them up, then reread the text for better comprehension.
How do you practice writing in English?
I write a daily journal, participate in online forums, and take writing prompts to practice different styles.
What topics do you enjoy writing about?
I enjoy writing about travel experiences and personal reflections.
Do you keep a journal in English?
Yes, I keep a journal to practice my writing and reflect on my day.
How important is grammar in your writing?
Grammar is important as it helps convey my message clearly and makes my writing more professional.
What tools do you use to check your writing?
I use Grammarly and spellcheck features in word processors to catch errors.
How do you practice speaking English regularly?
I join language exchange meetups and practice with friends who are fluent.
What challenges do you face when speaking English?
I sometimes struggle with finding the right words quickly and feel nervous about making mistakes.
Do you engage in conversations with native speakers?
Yes, I actively seek opportunities to talk with native speakers online and in person.
What topics do you feel comfortable discussing?
I feel comfortable discussing travel, hobbies, and current events.
How do you improve your pronunciation?
I listen to native speakers and practice mimicking their speech patterns.
What English podcasts do you listen to?
I enjoy listening to This American Life and BBC Learning English.
How do you practice listening comprehension?
I listen to podcasts and watch movies with subtitles, gradually removing them as I improve.
Do you watch movies in English? Which ones?
Yes, I watch a variety of genres, but I especially enjoy comedies and documentaries.
How do you handle unfamiliar accents?
I focus on context and try to listen actively, asking for clarification when needed.
What strategies do you use to remember what you hear?
I take notes while listening and summarize what I learned afterward.
How do you learn new vocabulary words?
I learn new words through reading, watching, and using flashcards to review them.
Do you use flashcards or apps for vocabulary practice?
Yes, I use Anki for spaced repetition and Duolingo for daily practice.
What are some of your favorite phrases or idioms?
I enjoy phrases like break the ice and hit the nail on the head.
How do you incorporate new words into conversations?
I try to use new vocabulary in discussions or writing to reinforce my memory.
What's a word you recently learned?
I recently learned the word serendipity, which means a happy accident.
How do you approach learning grammar?
I study grammar rules through textbooks and online exercises, focusing on one rule at a time.
What grammar rules do you find confusing?
I often find subject verb agreement tricky, especially with complex sentences.
How important is it to understand tenses?
Understanding tenses is crucial for conveying the correct time frame in conversations.
Do you use grammar exercises or books?
Yes, I regularly do grammar exercises from websites and workbooks.
How do you correct your grammatical mistakes?
I review my writing and seek feedback from teachers or peers to identify mistakes.
What specific goals do you have for learning English?
I aim to become fluent in speaking and improve my writing for professional purposes.
How do you stay motivated to reach your goals?
I set smaller milestones and reward myself when I achieve them.